Okay, in this video, we're going to show you how to create a budget for your clients. Um, and it's very similar to that of the rapid create and the tailored create. The difference about the budget is that when you have built your budget, you can then go into the insights section and get a whole range of visualizations and reports of budget to actuals. So it's a great starting point for you to use to create an initial budget for clients. And then you can create rapid forecasts, tailored forecasts for, say, bank loan applications, or when you're looking to do some scenario comparisons against two forecasts. That's when I would be using the forecast section. Whereas every client really should have the budget created, which essentially, as the starting point, you click on the forecast icon here. The budget create just takes what took place in the last financial year as the starting point for this financial year's budget that you create. Then you can add in your assumptions and add in the changes for the year ahead. And then each month or each quarter, sit down with the client and visualize how they're tracking to budget. So the way to do it is you hover over, you click on the forecast icon. We click on the tailored and budget create. As you can see here, it says you haven't created a budget yet for this financial year. So we click here. Now, instead of doing the tailored forecast, we're going to click on the budget option. Now, you just have to give this a name. You could leave it as is as well. Click on next. And then this is auto generating you a budget based on last financial year for the current financial year you're in, for you to then make changes to. So if you've looked at previous tutorial videos around the rapid create, you will know how to add in assumptions, whether it be keying directly within the cell, whether it be toggling off and on accounts or going into the settings cog here. But to refresh your memory, we'll also do it here for the budget create as well. So as you can see, the blue line's tracking the bank balance for the financial year ahead for this client. If we go into the settings section here, what you'll see is the configuration is all automatically brought across from zero. So this account is subject to GST, and you can go through and see if you did want to make any relevant changes or you're creating new account lines. You can very simply just toggle on or off, and then it would not be included in the GST calculation, for example. The other options you have is you can spread. Some people miss this. So if you click on the drop down here, you can spread the payable terms over 30, 60, 90 days. The relational input allows you to reference different cells. So perhaps you want to make a certain account 30% of sales or advertising a percentage of sales or whatever it may be. That's where you could do that here. And then the rapid input allows you to key in whether it be fixed amounts or perhaps you were really to say in a quick forecast, let's say if we improve by 10% on last year. You can also click on the percentage icon and do a fixed amount increase for each month. And I would recommend starting with the rapid input if you were looking to just do a percentage increment on last year or key in some high level figures. And once you've made those relevant changes, you can hit save or save and close. Now the same would go for all of the items within the P&L. Then if you were looking to add in some other changes within the balance sheet as well, because this is a three-way forecast, this is not just going to be the budget for the profit and loss. You can also get the visibility on the balance sheet as well. And you've probably gone through a lot of the other options, but just to refresh your memory once again, you can print via PDF, you can export to Excel up in the top left-hand corner here. You can minimize the chart as well, just to focus on the numbers. But let's just say, for example, you were happy with the budget that you've made here. Basically, that's all auto-saved. And if we go now into the Insights section for this company that you built the budget for, so you click on Insights at the top right navigation bar, what you'll see here is now a budget to actuals. So if we go to budget to actuals, that will have picked up that budget you've created. And now you can see how that client is progressing throughout the year from their budget against the actuals, as well as the accumulated total income against budget as well. If they're, some months maybe they're ahead, some they're behind, and you want to chase that number, which is very important throughout the year. You can do that. The cool thing is as well as you can analyze these numbers if you wanted to look at the income statement or the balance sheet. You've also got some customization here in terms of whether you want to show all of the accounts. So the way to get to that would be clicking on the configuration section here and changing what options you would like included. And something also to point out is in the comparisons, just more and more visualizations for that client to see how they're tracking. Now, obviously, the budget we created, we put in some really substantial figures here, so it's quite different in some of these areas, but they can very quickly grasp how they're tracking throughout the year against budget, and it sets up a whole range of valuable conversations you can have with that client, figuring out what's been happening throughout the year and address the certain issues where perhaps they're behind budget, or understanding why that was the case, to get a good understanding of how the future may look and what changes could be necessary for the business. That was really what we wanted to show you in this short recording, is the budget. So just remember, you can access this from here. It's a little bit different to the Rapid Create, because the Rapid Create's taking just the last 12 months of data projected out for the year ahead. So that could be any point in time in the year that you're in. The Tailored Create allows you to customize like the length of the forecast and how you want to base that forecast, maybe 3 months extrapolated out for 2 years or whatever it may be. The Budget Create is based on the last financial year, put into this financial year, and then for you to make the relevant changes to that. And it provides you a whole suite of visualization and reporting that you can do for that client in the budget to actual section here. Okay, if you have any questions about what you've seen in this short video, please reach out to support@rtreporting.com. If not, I guess you'll be in the next video. Cheers. Thank you.